drone standing by.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the Fish Tank. My name's GotFish13, and today I'm going to show you how to quickscope. So what is quickscoping? Quickscoping is actually taking advantage of a game mechanic known as the auto aim in or the auto aim assist. And what that is when you, with any weapon, not just snipers, but with any weapon, when you drag your crosshairs over a body, the game will do a slight favor to you and help you kind of aim in on it. Say this flamingo is a guy. If I get maybe this close, the game will kind of twinge my scope up towards that flamingo. So, saying that's a guy's head or a guy's body, if I get near it, the game will kind of pull me in just a little bit. Quickscoping is taking advantage of that because it only does it at the beginning of the time you cross that person's body. It doesn't, just keep you on the person. In order to help you out, the game will kind of pull you towards it and then let your scope be. Well, quickscopers take advantage of this by zooming in, and at the exact moment you're zoomed in near that person's body, they'll take the shot, and it didn't show a bullet splatter there, but you'll take the shot and it'll land on that person because that auto aim assist has pulled you in towards that person. So how do you take advantage of this? How do you learn to quickscope? Well, the first thing you need to do when you're learning to quickscope is learn exactly where the center of your screen is. This is easier said than done. A lot of good AR players actually do this. They know when they aim in exactly where their scope is going to end up. Let's say I'm aiming for that white flower. I'm going to scope in, and as you can see, I'm pretty close there. So the way I learned to do this at first was I put a red dot right in the center of my screen. I actually taped a little red dot to the center of my screen, and the way I figured out what was the center is, I zoomed in with a sniper, I held my breath, and I put a red dot right in the center of my screen. Now, you're not going to want to permanently leave a red dot on your screen, but the reason this helps is when you're not zoomed in with your scope and a guy walks into that red dot, you know without much question that when you zoom in and your aim assist takes effect, you're going to be pretty much on the center of that red dot. You can see I'm aiming that bottom stomach of that flamingo, and there's a little sway to my scope, but for the most part, I'm going to hit the bottom stomach of that flamingo the whole time. So I put a red dot on my screen. I'll throw one up there, as I'm doing this, hopefully in editing. But I'll throw a red dot on, and when someone walked through that red dot, and I was learning to quickscope, I'd say, oh, there's a guy there. I'd zoom in, I'd fire the shot, and it would be right in the center of my screen. Now, once you've learned where the center of your screen is, and I would take some time to practice this in a private match, say aim for that fish eye, see how close you can get, and there you go. I'm going to die to get some more ammo. But, learn where you're aiming, learn where the center of your screen is, and once you get used to where that is, you can kind of get rid of the red dot. You don't even have to use a red dot if you can get used to the center of your screen. Just practice, say I want to aim for the top of that mountain, practice where the center of your screen is on the top of that mountain, look away, look back, center of your screen's top of the mountain, there you go. And you'll notice a lot of great snipers, even when they're not quickscoping, know exactly where the center of the screen is. I can turn around and kind of know where somebody is at all times. A lot of the good snipers will know exactly where the center of their screen is. So that's tip number one, learn the center of your screen. Tip number two is you need to know how fast your sniper zooms in. So one of the things you need to practice is zooming in and taking the shot right as your crosshairs are visible. Now you don't want to take it until the crosshairs are visible on screen. I'll try and, in editing, kind of pause this right as my crosshairs hit the screen, and you'll see how close I get to hitting. But you'll notice the moment I kind of anticipate the moment my crosshair is going to show up. You don't want to do it while your screen is still black. You can see that before you scope in, there's still the black of the scope there. You don't want to do that. You want to learn to get all the way into your scope to where you can see those crosshairs and then fire your shot. So you can see here I went into a match against bots and I slowed it down just so you can see what it looks like. As soon as the guy's in the center of my screen, I let the aim assist take effect. I shoot. Again, same thing. And, I wait that little split second, especially on this guy, for the aim assist to take effect. But for the most part, you shoot when you're there. So one of the things a lot of new quickscopers struggle with is they can't figure out why their shots aren't hitting. And, they go on YouTube, they watch YouTube snipers, and YouTube snipers will be doing, cool stuff. They'll hit, 1, 2, 3 guys in a row, no hesitation, no problem, right? But a lot of times, when new snipers are starting to quickscope, they don't understand why they're not hitting. And it's because of one of the little things with quickscoping that a lot of quickscopers forget they even do. but is really helpful, and that is you have to stop to take your shot. And I don't mean, you know, oh, stop and think about it before you shoot. I mean literally stop in place, aim in, take your shot, and then move on. And you don't have to be stopped for very long. You just have to be stopped for long enough to get that bullet out. And you can see when I stopped to aim at that flamingo, I have no problem hitting it. But when I'm trying to run and hit it, I struggle a lot more. You can see I'm a little off to the left there. And that's going to be a big issue because you don't realize how much movement throws off your shot. Now, the only two exceptions to when you shouldn't stop and shoot are, one, if you're in a gunfight you can't win, get out of there. Advanced Warfare has lots of movement. Go ahead and take advantage of that boost jump, that mobility. Get out of there, jump around. You know, you'll see me jetpack dodge a lot in the clips I show you. But the other reason you should shoot on the move or not stop to shoot is if you're airborne. And this is kind of new to Advanced Warfare, but I'll show you a clip here of me shooting from the air. I don't shoot the moment my scope comes up. I take an extra split second, I aim in, and I shoot. And that's because from the air, I have movement involved. It's a little harder. You can quickscope from the air, but it's a lot harder. So most of the time, I'll take that extra split second, pause, aim in, and shoot. The last bit of advice I have for quickscoping for you is that you want to get rid of the hesitation in your shot. It's better to shoot 2 shots than it is to be waiting on that 1 shot and die. It's better to have to shoot a second one, because if you shoot 1 shot downrange and miss, they'll know you're shooting at them, they'll make more of an effort to dodge, they're going to have more issues, and if you hit, you're going to kill them obviously a lot faster, but you shouldn't have any hesitation in your shot, because that's what gets you killed as a quickscoper. If you miss, but don't let it be because you weren't willing to shoot, let it be because they outshot you. So, that's my tips and tricks. Hopefully you found them helpful. Go ahead and try this out for yourselves. If you like this video, leave a like. Thanks, guys.